Welcome to Eye on the Tigers News. I'm Shannon Michaelis. Thanks for being here for the news we've been watching for you. Saudi Arabia on Sunday threatened to retaliate for any sanctions imposed against it after President Donald Trump said the oil-rich kingdom deserves severe punishment if it is responsible for the disappearance and suspected murder of Washington Post contributor Jamal Khashoggi. The warning from the world's top oil exporter came after a turbulent day on the Saudi stock exchange, which plunged as much as 7% at one point. The statement, issued as international concern, grew over the writer who vanished on a visit to the Saudi consulate in Istanbul over a week ago. American lawmakers threatened tough punitive action against the Saudis, and Germany, France, and Britain jointly called for a credible investigation into Khashoggi's disappearance. Turkish officials have said they fear a Saudi-hit team killed and dismembered Khashoggi, who wrote critically of Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman. Sears filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy protection Monday, buckling under its massive debt load and staggering losses. The question now is whether a smaller version of the company that once dominated the American retail landscape can remain viable, or whether the iconic brand will be forced out of business. Sears, which started as a mail-order catalog in the 1880s, has been on a slow march toward extinction as it lagged far behind its peers and incurred massive losses over the years. The company has struggled with outdated stores and complaints about customer service. That's in contrast with chains like Walmart, Target, Best Buy, and Macy's, which have been enjoying stronger sales. And, of course, competitors like Amazon have gathered a large share of the market. Mourners at a funeral for 4 sisters and their family members killed in a New York limousine crash were assured Saturday that their loved ones can still see their tears and feel their heartache. On a damp, chilly day, hundreds of people packed the pews of an old brick church in Amsterdam at the service for 8 of the 20 people killed last Saturday when the limousine they hired for a 30th birthday celebration crashed. The stretch limo barreled down a hill past a stop sign into another vehicle in the parking lot. All 17 passengers and the driver were killed, as well as 2 pedestrians standing in the parking lot. Global stocks mostly slipped Monday as investors continue to worry about global trade and prospects.
And at number 3, all eyes will be on the stock market today following last week's losses of about 4%, the worst weekly loss in 6 months. Investors will be looking for strong earnings reports. Banks and tech will get extra attention. Experts say watch Bank of America today, as well as Goldman Sachs and Netflix tomorrow.
Prince Harry and his wife, the Duchess of Sussex, are expecting their first child in the spring, Kensington Palace said Monday. The announcement came hours after Harry and the former Meghan Markle arrived in Sydney at the start of a 16-day visit to Australia, Fiji, Tonga, and New Zealand. Hundreds of people gathered to catch a glimpse of the couple after they landed. The announcement of the pregnancy confirms weeks of speculation from royal watchers about why Meghan was not joining Harry on his Sydney Harbour bridge climb set for Friday. Their baby would be 7th in line of succession to the royal crown. We've got some awful weather for most of this week. Here's Kiera with the forecast.
We've got some wet weather to deal with for most of the week, starting with today. Heavy clouds will bring rain this afternoon and tonight. We can also expect temperatures to drop into the low 40s overnight. Early showers Tuesday will become more persistent later in the day, with only in the low 50s. And with a steady breeze out there, it will be a raw day for sure. The wind will pick up on Wednesday with more showers to start the day. Highs only in the mid-40s, and look for a low temperature to brush the freezing mark. We begin to dry out a little on Thursday, but it will remain cold. That's the forecast. I'm Kiera. Have a great day.
The Bills just couldn't avoid the big mistake. Here's Jolie with the sports.
Buffalo coach Sean McDermott didn't like the hit that knocked Josh Allen out of the game, and he sure didn't like the way the Buffalo Bills finished without their rookie quarterback. The Bills fell 20-13 in Houston on Sunday, with the Texans getting the go-ahead score when Jonathan Joseph intercepted Nathan Peterman's pass and returned it to 28 yards for a touchdown, with a minute and 23 seconds remaining. Allen threw for 84 yards and ran for 20 before he was hurt when Houston's Whitney Merciless hit his right elbow with his helmet after Allen's pass. McDermott was angry about the hit and complained to the officials that it was late. The Bill dropped 2-4. The Falcons, Rams, Cowboys, Steelers, Patriots, Jets, Ravens, Chargers, Dolphins, Vikings, Redskins, and Seahawks were all winners. The American League Championship Series is all tied up at 1, after the Red Sox came back with 3 runs in the 5th inning and held on for a 7-5 win to split the first 2 games at Fenway Park. Game 3 is Tuesday in Houston, followed by 2 more at Minute Maid Park and a chance for the defending World Series champions to clinch a second straight AL pennant at home. Marwin Gonzalez homered for the Astros, who had won 5 straight postseason games dating to Game 7 of the 2017 series. The National League starts up again tonight at Dodger Stadium, with that series also tied at the game apiece. The Syracuse Orange basketball program got good news yesterday when New York's all-time leading scorer Joe Girard committed to the Orange. Girard is now a senior at South Glens Falls High School and set the all-time mark last year. The shooting guard had offers from Notre Dame, Duke, and others, but chose Syracuse, in part because it was close to home. And finally, speaking of home, the Mexico Lady Tigers will host an opening round sectional playoff game on Tuesday when it hosts General Brown. It's the first home playoff game in the program's history. And the boys will travel to Skaneateles on Wednesday for their opening round playoff match. This marks the 2nd season in a row that the boys program has qualified for sectional play. That's it in sports. Have a great day. I'm Jolie.
Spirit Week concluded last Friday with the homecoming parade and dance. The Best Float Award was won by the sophomore class with a version of The Price is Right. Senior appointments are underway. If you have not met with your counselor yet, stop down to Student Services to schedule an appointment. Attention seniors applying to college. Please be sure to go into Naviance and add all colleges you will be applying to. Naviance is the way your counselor will be able to send the required documentation to your colleges of interest. Mexico Cares shirt collection continues to October 19th. Gently worn, clean, school-appropriate tees, jerseys, polos, and dress shirts may be brought to the classrooms of Bigelow, Battles, Dady, DeLocke, Spriggs, and M. Kyler. Get your community service papers from any of these teachers and complete it promptly. And finally, senior yearbook quotes and directories are due by 3 p.m. Friday, October 19th.
That's all for us today. Thanks for joining us. Have a great rest of your day. I'm Shannon. Look for us again tomorrow.